welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob and Ilene LeBlanc. We have Ilene with us today, marketing manager. And how you doing, Ilene?
I'm doing pretty good today. It's a little hot here,
Yeah,
but good.
I think it's going to get hotter.
It might.
Um, this is, believe it or not, our second year of doing these podcasts. This is our second year anniversary. And so there you go, Rob. There's a bell there somewhere. But 2 years of doing this, it's hard to believe. And Ilene has been here with us the whole step of the way. She's asked for to be transferred to different departments. She's threatened to resign, but through it all, she stuck with us. So thanks, Ilene, for being here. And we did a podcast a while back where you interviewed our wives,
Mhm.
and I didn't know it was going to be, so detrimental to myself. But I, you trust your spouse, and you think they got your back, and then I listened to the podcast back. So anyhow, welcome to the podcast. We're going to have a little fun today. Um, so Eileen, I guess you're going to ask us some questions.
Yeah, I went back and I listened to the podcast that I had with Pauline and Judy, and I busted another gut because it is really funny and how much they threw both of you under the bus. So I thought that maybe we could go back a little bit and maybe you guys can either defend yourself or maybe redeem yourself a little bit. But some of it, though, I don't think that you can because I've witnessed it personally, starting with Wayne's driving. Um, Pauline called it like she described it like being in a police chase. And I cannot deny that. I've driven with you, and I don't think I'm ever going to want to drive with you again. Now, Rob,
Okay, so I know we're not supposed to interrupt anymore, but when was Pauline driving with Wayne?
You told on us, Eileen.
This was never supposed to happen. They're not supposed to be driving together.
So embarrassed
I,
now.
I don't have enough with him sending her gifts and
oh,
flowers and the late night phone calls and Rob's out of town. Now we have driving stories of Pauline and Wayne. Oh man. Wow.
and
Okay.
I,
Actually, I think you meant Judy
I did,
is talking about is me being in a police
I
chase.
did. I always have Pauline on my mind because I like literally talk to her every single day.
Me
Like we
too.
talk every day.
That's
But
funny.
yes,
You both have Pauline on your mind every day. She has to send me a text to remind me that she's around.
I did. I meant Judy. Judy
Okay,
described.
good.
I
Well, I feel much better than that Wayne and Pauline aren't out driving around like crazy people.
there's no defending my driving. I'm a phenomenal driver. I know that I am. I know I will never get the credit for it, but I know that I am. I've got so many driving stories, but I'd like to keep my job. So I probably won't get into too many of them. But I got one, and I don't know if I can tell this story or not, but I'm gonna try. Um, I was in my work van, and I'm going down. And in California, the traffic is crazy, right? It's a 2-lane road, whatever, which is unusual. A Crocanian Road. Anybody in Northern California might know that road. Um, and the traffic is, one person goes like where they're merging into different lanes, right? One or they're merging onto the main road. So a car would go, you let the next car go, then you would go, the next car go, and we're doing this. Everybody's getting along fine. And the guy behind me, I see him like mouthing off to me. You know what I mean? Like he's something. I made him mad somehow, right? And I'm doing nothing. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just no reason. There's no issues whatsoever with me. But I keep looking at him, and he keeps running his mouth, right? Like there's a problem. So I get in the left lane, which is, I mean, it's the oncoming traffic lane. It's the other lane. The car's coming our direction, but there was nobody coming at that time. So I let him get up next to me, and I roll my window down, and I go, "What?" And he ran his mouth a little bit more, and the only thing I had close to me was a gallon of paint thinner that was half used. So punched the paint thinner at the guy. You probably can't tell that story.
He You threw a gallon of paint thinner at the guy?
half a gallon. And it was plastic. You know, in California, they got the rules. I don't know why they won't let it put it in a metal can anymore. I guess it's not safe. But yeah. So I guess I will say my driving, I am way better now than I ever have been as far as
So you're a bad driver and you have bouts of road rage.
it wasn't rage. It was absolutely controlled.
But you threw a gallon of mineral spirits at him.
Half a gallon, and they were not they were like the good mineral spirits too, the virgin
That's
mineral spirits.
that's road rage. You need to
I
seek
think
help.
it's lesson is training, driving training. I think is what I thought. I was helping him
No,
because I
no.
felt like he had the rage because I was fine.
Did he throw
I was
something
happy.
at you?
No,
Then
no,
you're the rager.
I don't think so.
Yeah, this is on you.
No, no.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't.
I
I've gotten a lot calmer. Back then, I was a kid. I was 50.
I love how Wayne is just trying to justify his actions. So speaking of your driving, I want to talk about this 1968 Ford van you have. Now, Judy said something about it. There was a fire on it, and then you continue to drive it. But I don't think we ever really got into what caused the fire in the first place.
It was we was doing yard work, and I put a bunch of all the leaves and everything in the backyard in plastic bags and all kinds of stuff, and I think it was spontaneous combustion. And the reason I kept the van is because when I bought the van, somebody put some really nice custom seats in the van. I mean, the whole van wasn't worth it was 1968 piece of junk, but it's probably a collector's item. You know what I mean? Actually, the body was fine on it, but it had really nice custom seats in the front. They like that's where they started to do the remodel. Whoever had it before me is like, I know they had visions of tricking this thing out. They started with the seats and then they ended it, and then I bought it, and then it caught on fire shortly after.
You bought it and then you lit it on fire.
Yeah, it was an accident. Yeah.
More road rage, I assume.
No, it was sitting in the. We didn't even know it caught on fire. We got in it and everything smelled like it was burnt. Everything on the inside was burnt. So
Well, speaking of vans, though, Rob, when you started courting Pauline, you always try to get her to your van with the want to see my shark tooth collection. And
Yes.
I know we brought that up several times, but I don't think we ever learned that. Do you still have that collection?
Yes, I do. Actually, I do. I don't have
he
the
tried to
van,
show.
but I
He
have
tried
the
to
team.
lure me. He tried to lure me into a car one time with it.
Yeah. I travel with him. And when I'm picking up chicks in the hotel bars and stuff, I still try to use the shark tooth thing, but it just doesn't work as good as it did with Pauline.
So you guys are now back on the road, traveling again, complete 180 from where we were definitely a year ago. So how are you adjusting to being on the road and not home anymore?
Hmm.
Well, you want me to go first? I'll go first real quick. So when we first got, pulled off the road, it was hard because, you're in a routine now. You're in the go pattern, you know what I mean? And it's hotels and it's flights and it's renting cars and it's, it's your routine. And you're not completely out of your routine. And so while it was nice being home with my wife for sure, it just felt odd and felt like you're not being productive and doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, now, recently I started traveling again, and now it's the other way around. It's nice at home. I kind of like being home, and so it's cranking it back up. I can already see. I booked 4 flights in the next 6 weeks. I'm going 4 different places, and my first one was last week in Texas. And while it's good because I'm out with one of my reps, and it was productive and everything, we're so used to doing Zoom calls and so used to doing office work and stuff that it's now hard to make time for both. So while I'm on the road, it's that and everybody has that same challenge, but now it's about juggling the amount of calls and presentations and everything you need to be a part of and while being on the road. So um, the main thing for me is we got out with customers and some longtime distributors and stuff, and that's always a good thing for me. And so Javier Villarreal is my rep in Texas. Javier is new with us, but he's been in the industry for a long time and flat out love the guy, man. Super good guy. He speaks Spanish, and man, what it was we hired the right guy. I'll just say that. It was great being
Wow,
out with him.
that's something because I just got to Texas today and I just met Javier today for the first time. And man, I got a completely different feel for him. He just trashed you. I
Yeah.
mean, I was shocked. And I said, really, you work for Wayne? And man, he was not impressed at all with you. You might want to have a talk with him because he was up one side
Yeah.
and down the other on you, man. Yeah,
Wow.
really bad.
Um,
Really
gonna
bad.
go in- that's going to go in the report.
Yeah,
So
I'd have a talk with him tonight if I was you.
okay. The nice thing about it is I don't have to impress him.
That's that whole sheep and lion thing, right?
Yes,
I love
yes,
that.
yes,
That's one of my favorite Waynes.
yes.
Lions don't
No,
care what sheep think. Absolutely.
yes. No, but so I'm glad to be back on the road, in balance. I mean, we're going to the NWFA convention here in a few weeks. Really stoked about that. Going down there with a good bunch of people from Bona, and so I'm, you know, I can tell when my wife starts asking me, "Aren't you going to book any flights here coming up?" That maybe might be a good time to start getting on the road.
Time to go.
So are you is the vodka Gimlet that you were drinking when you were on quarantine in your diet?
I'm going to be so spoiled. I will never get a vodka gimlet as one my wife makes. I'm not even going to order them on the road. And you know, for those that don't know me, I'm not much of a drinker anyhow. You'll rarely see me drink more than 2 drinks in a night ever. But if you see me drink 3, then it might be a problem. But no, but I know I'll never get one as good as Jude makes. She makes a great vodka gimlet.
What is
Yeah.
in that?
Right? When I first when I went to work for Bona, and I'm not, I had to I don't want to drink beer all the time. I'm just not a big beer drinker anyhow, and it kind of gives me a headache. I don't know what the deal is, but so then I had to come up with a mixed cocktail that I could drink. So one day somehow I got onto vodka and cranberry juice. All right, and I thought, hey, that's a nice drink. You hardly taste the vodka, and so I was out with Matt Hudson, one of our regional managers, and he was ordering drinks. He goes, "What do you want?" I said, "I like vodka and cranberry juice." And he goes, "Yeah, no, I'm not ordering that." He said, "No, I'm not ordering that drink, man. What do you? It's like a Shirley Temple, man." I said, "What? It's got vodka." And he goes, "Yeah, no, I'm not ordering that, man. You got to come up with another drink." So I thought it was anyhow. He told me the name of that drink is called the Spritzer or something, which really
No,
lost.
no, it's not. He's wrong. That's a
What
Cape
is it?
Codder.
It's also called a Cape Codder.
You
Cape
squeeze a
Cod.
little lime in it, and it's a Cape
Yeah,
Codder.
yeah. Well, I think that's a man's drink. It's got vodka in it, but I had to come up with another drink, and I haven't yet. So I got to figure something out there.
I drank cranberry and vodka in college one time, and I got so sick off of it because I drank too much, and I haven't been able to drink that drink ever again. And that was like not only sick, but then ended up throwing up in the backseat of my friend's car. So you're already like hungover the next day. Then you have to clean up that
Uh,
stuff. So I don't even want to smell that stuff. I don't drink vodka at all. Gross. So Wayne, we do know you're not much of a drinker. Judy also informed us you're not much of a cooker either. I think she described the last time that you cooked was 35 years ago, and it looked like a crime scene.
yeah, well. Here's the thing, man. Um, my window of cooking is gone. I will never now be able to cook because I'm so far behind the curve. When we moved to the South in Tennessee, we bring people over to the house for barbecue, and everybody's an expert on barbecue. Everybody, I go up to the grill and everybody, oh, the temperature's wrong. Oh, you need to do this. You need to smoke. I mean, there's 100 different ways to cook it. I'm very easy to please myself, But I realized because of this, I'm now too intimidated to cook for anybody else. And so now my window's gone. I can't cook anymore.
Rob, did you use all of the seasoning that Wayne got you last year for the 1 year anniversary?
I used all of it. I also used the Jack Daniel's chips and reordered more Jack Daniel's smoking chips. They were fantastic.
You liked them?
Really nice.
Good.
Wayne,
I
I know you
remember
don't give I know you don't give gifts, Wayne, but that might be a hint to get him some more.
You know, I feigned interest right there. Like, that's maybe something I could get Rob next time. But I know that I won't.
No, I
I
already
know you won't.
reordered them. We're good.
Yeah,
I
good.
reordered them.
Ilene gave me more crap about not giving gifts to Judy. I was only with Ilene together alone for like a couple hours, and I think she dissected me within that 2 hours and realized, because I don't buy gifts for Judy. I don't ever buy gifts, and it's because you know what you want. Go buy what you want. I'm not going to. You know what I mean? I know you like certain things. I like this. If Judy was to say, okay, Wayne, I got you this surprise present. Here's a fishing reel. I know it's not going to be the reel I want. I know it wouldn't be the pole that I want. It wouldn't be the working tool that I know what I like. So I'll buy what I like. And you like what you like. So you buy that. And jewelry is a waste of money. But I just
It's like
can't see.
just keep digging, Wayne. Just keep digging. Because here I have it. Your 39th wedding anniversary is coming up this year in August, I believe. So the
Yeah.
following year is 40 years. You have
Yeah.
to get Judy something. And Rob, you're coming up 37 this year's in October, right?
38.
38?
Is it,
I mean,
I don't know. It's 37 or 38. Yeah.
it's
Wayne,
37.
that whole the thought that counts thing just waved bye-bye to you a long time ago, huh?
Because I'm real.
Yeah.
I tell you
Yes.
what I did. I don't know if
That is perfect. You are real. Absolutely.
and you have to look at this logically, Rob. I may have told this before. I don't know, but I went to the store one time to buy cards for Judy for I don't know what occasion it was, but when I was there, I got the most brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant idea, and I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. I bought. Let's say I was there for a birthday card. I don't know what it was for, but then I went, well, hell, I'm here. I bought a Valentine's Day card. I bought a Christmas card. I got a just because card. I got a I'm sorry card. I bought like every occasion you could want in one fall swoop and bought them all. And I hid them under my mattress on my side of the bed. And then I came home one day and they were all laying on top of the bed. And she found them and she goes, "Wow, that's really romantic, Wayne. That's nice." So I found the I'm sorry card and I gave it to her. I swear to God.
I'm figuring you're looking for a dry erase card, so you can just have one card, wipe it, put a new message on there. You're good to go.
No, I'm not cheap. It's not that. It's if you like something, just buy it. But we get along fantastic. Just so you know.
It works.
Sounded like it.
That's right.
From the
It
last
works.
podcast. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
So Rob, how's it going on the road?
Awesome.
Missing Pauline though, huh?
Yeah, quarantine. What we learned in quarantine was we can't wait to retire. We just we had a blast. We really did. I mean, since her and I have been together, I've been on the road since our first date. I brought her out and then said goodbye to her and didn't see her for another couple of weeks. I was on the road. So ever since she met me, I've been on the road. So we always wondered, how are we going to do with retirement? You hear these nightmare stories of people killing each other during retirement. But so I said, well, this COVID's going to be a good test for us. And it was great. I'm actually, yeah, I kind of miss her when I'm back on the road. But there's nothing, I mean, it was great that we could do training over the internet, Zoom and Teams, but there is just no comparison to live training, I mean, doing the stuff, like I said, doing the stuff on the internet was great. We could stay in touch with everybody, but man, to do it live, to see the look on people's faces and really actually do things live, it's just been amazing. One of the things that we've definitely learned, I think I talked about this before in the podcast, because of COVID, we had to go with smaller class sizes. Sometimes our class in Jersey, we'd have, close to 40 people. And, we had lots of instructors, plenty of panels and equipment, but we're seeing with the smaller class sizes, from 40 down to 12, people are getting a lot more out of the class. I mean, the discussions, where I thought with smaller classes we get out earlier, because it's driving so much discussion and people want to try new things and everything, we're actually staying later during the night because people are really into it now. Where before, with 40 people, it was tough to get 40 people really heavily involved. But now with the smaller class sizes, man, everybody is just so into it. It's funny because, in certain places like in Marietta, we have to be out because the warehouse, the distributor we work with, they turn their alarms on and everything at 5 o'clock. And it's funny because you got to throw people out where before, everybody was kind of leaving. Now people are staying till 5, 6 o'clock because they're just getting so much more out of the class. It's just been, I guess, I don't know. We learned something from the COVID and definitely, it was a pain in the neck, but these smaller class sizes have just really increased the quality of the class, I think. Boy, that put everybody to sleep. Sorry.
I was just thinking, maybe we should interrupt.
Please do. I told you we have to interrupt once in a while. We can't not do it.
Just thinking,
Show. Please interrupt me.
it's going to end somewhere, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I was hoping Rob would interrupt it, but it kept going.
So Wayne,
Ilene, how come you didn't ask me about Pauline's driving?
because I already know. I talk to her all the time. She's a great driver.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she thinks she's a great driver. I mean, I love her. She's the best. But I was coming home on the highway one day, and I'm like, look at this idiot here. Jesus. 65 in the left lane. The speed limit 65, and here's a left lane driver, and I am on that person's tail. I didn't flash the lights, but I'm getting pretty close. And then I took a look at the license plate. I go, boy, that looks kind of familiar. That's when I started flashing the lights. That I had no idea my wife was a left lane driver. She's one of those people driving slow in the left lane. That's when I found that out. I said, I will teach the children how to drive. You are not allowed to teach my kids how to drive ever. So I get home and I'm thinking, this could be grounds for divorce. I can't live with somebody like this. I can't be married to somebody like this. So I said, of course, that you're just sitting there in the left lane, right? She goes, yeah, I know. I go, well, that's the passing lane. I said, you're not supposed to be in that lane going that slow. You go way to the right. She looked at me and she goes, look, I can drive in any lane I want. Where's the argument? There's, okay, I guess you can.
Guess she told you.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. You need to carry paint thinner with you, Rob.
You know what I loved about that paint thinner story was you thought it was okay because it wasn't a metal can, it was plastic.
Yes, and it was
that made all the difference in the world.
It was the good mineral spirits too. So that one hurt because especially back then in California, it was hard to find it. And I hope a lesson was learned.
When we were talking about this, that was you were in the process of looking at trucks. Did Judy end up getting a car out of that?
No, no, she didn't. But I got a good truck out of it.
You did?
Yeah. See, that's why you buy shit for yourself. I asked her 3 times. I said, "Hey, Judy, you should get a new car, man. Seriously. I mean, I've never liked that car." And she goes, "No, I don't. I just don't really need a car. I mean, it doesn't, But she's like a hoarder. She needs a bigger car. There's too much. There's no room in there." So I said, "Let's go to a car lot, man, because there's a car out that I want her to buy. Oh man, I can't think of the name right now, but really, really cool car. And but I have her test drive it. She goes, I don't know if I like the seats. Come on, seats are beautiful. So she wants to look at a smaller model. So she looks at that model. So next week I take her all the way to like 90 miles away because they got one of those cars for sale. It was hard to find them. I'm gonna name of them now. She drove that one. She didn't like it. Took her another one. She didn't like it. So while I was there, I saw a truck I like. And we got the truck. That's the thing, man. I mean, like I said, if she
She's a
wants it,
lucky gal, I tell you.
huh?
She is a lucky gal, isn't she?
Thanks, thanks.
I
No, but
am.
she spends her time. She does hot yoga. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, she got her hobbies. I go fishing. She goes to hot yoga. Inexplicably, it takes 4 hours a day. I mean, it's like an hour and a half to get there, an hour and a half to get back, and it's an hour for the yoga. That's half a day. You could run half a marathon in 4 hours. I let it
It's
go.
it's amazing how different you and I are for doing the same stuff. During COVID, Pauline said, once you get back on the road, you're going to be doing a lot of driving. Your Tahoe has close to 300,000 miles. You better get a new car. So fast forward to everything. Yep, went out. I got a brand new Traverse, Chevy Traverse. And I thought, oh, this is going to be beautiful, cruising car and everything. But I had nowhere to go, right? I got it a year ago, got it in June, had nowhere to go. So Pauline was using it the whole time, going back and forth because she went back to work before I did. And she looked at me one night because I was heading to New Jersey to get back to work. And she looks and she goes, oh, you're probably going to take the Traverse, huh? I go, yeah, definitely. I've been looking forward to this, You're back in your Ford Flex, your station wagon. And she just looked at me and those big blue eyes and said, boy, I'm going to miss that car. I really love that car. So what was I going to do? Take it?
Of course, you bought it.
Nope.
You know
I
what?
said, no, I'll be fine in the Flex. I'll take the Flex. So now I'm driving the Ford Flex and she's got the Traverse.
Just out of curiosity, do you let her pick off your plate? Like you order French fries, she doesn't order French fries, and it's okay for her to eat some of your French fries?
What we'll do is we'll talk about what we're going to order so we can kind of share everything.
Oh my God.
You don't do that, Wayne? I even do that with my daughter.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the way it works. You
Yeah,
got
it
yours and I got mine. We don't share. I don't understand that.
Wow. So if she reached over and grabbed something, you'd smack her hand or?
No, I wouldn't smack her hand, but it's a bit of a problem. I mean, you like mine? Order some. You know what I mean? I'm actually very, very romantic. I swear to God, I
Oh,
am.
you do.
Very,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
ask
Let
my
me
fishing partner.
Yeah.
I am very romantic, but there's just certain things. And listen, Judy's a strong woman, and I think that's partly because of me. Oh my God, if she listens to this back, I'm dead.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh my God.
So, all right, Wayne, you say you're romantic. I want to know your favorite thing about Judy.
Oh man,
Yeah, you're on the
There's
spot now.
no, there's too many to mention. Man, um, see, damn it.
Yeah.
No, there's too many to mention. She's I've said it before. I think she's the best human being I've ever met. Yep, yep. She's a great person in a lot of different respects. So, yep. And so one thing specifically, I don't know. I don't know. I think she's a very uh, well, shit. There's just too many to mention. There's not nothing. There's really nothing I don't love about her, and that's the God's truth. Yeah.
That's
So
sweet.
while I don't think like I don't think it's like dancing. Why do people even dance? I mean that whole thing is an exercise of futility to me. What the hell is that all about? What would possess a guy to go dance? You know what I mean? I love you. You love me. There ain't no need to dance. You know what I mean? And you want something, you go buy something, and whatever. And I that's the way I look at it. I don't know any other way to put it. And I think men like me help women be very strong. There you go.
Pauline just text me. So, all right, I'm gonna let Wayne off the hook here. Rob, what's your favorite thing about Pauline?
She laughs at everything I say. She's got great hair too. Love her hair. But she is the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. That's why I married her. But the other thing is, she's the easiest person in the world to make laugh. She can't win an argument with me. As soon as I get her smiling or laughing, I win.
What's that women's network on TV? Um, what's that one? I don't know if it's the women's network, but it's home. What is that? You know,
HGTV?
no. It's the drama, the movies about it's a romantic
Oh,
channel.
The Hallmark
Yes,
channel.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, the Hallmark Channel.
Do
Yes.
you
Yeah.
watch that, Rob?
He does.
Yes. I do.
And
I
you and
will
Pauline like that?
listen. Here's what I've learned over the years, okay? It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I like it, okay? But she likes it. So, I got to a point in my life where I was like, all right, she likes going looking at antiques. I guess I'll go in with her and I'll look at some antiques too. And then I found out, hey, they got tools in here. Maybe I'll find an old floor tool or something like that.
Don't
So
change. Don't change the subject, man. You watch that. What's the name of that network
I'm
again?
going there.
Hallmark.
I'm going there. The Hallmark. Okay. Yes, I will watch a Hallmark movie. She likes them. I don't watch every time she's in there, but we had the Christmas tree up and it was nice. She's watching her Hallmark Christmas movies or whatever. But those damn movies, you can't tell one from the other because
It's
I
the
was
women's.
it's
It's
the
the
same
women's.
thing that it's just a different baked good. One's with muffins, one's with cookies, right?
My wife calls it the women's victim network.
Well, they're nice because it's not all the bad news and it's always a good, happy
No,
ending. They wrap everything up nice. You might be thinking of the Lifetime Network where,
no. I'm thinking of
Jack
that one. I'm
gets
thinking of the
gets hit
Hallmark.
with a stick or something. But
No, I'm thinking of the Hallmark.
The Hallmark, all right, well, I'll tell you a story. I'm watching a Hallmark movie with her, okay? And I fell asleep. And I wake up and start watching the movie again. I look over and I said, what happened with the guy with the red pickup? Because now I'm watching this movie for a while. And I'm thinking, well, where's the woodworking guy with the red pickup? And she goes, that was about an hour ago. This is a new movie. But I couldn't tell there was a difference in the movies. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, well,
really the same movie that runs for about 12 hours.
yeah. See, that's probably the difference between Judy and Ilene. Judy watches crime shows where they put the husband through the wood chipper, and they'll never find the body again because he's been poisoned over the series of 6 months. And every time like if I fall asleep in the middle of the night and she left the TV on, it's somebody's getting murdered, hatched up, boiled, tied up, and never be found again. And yeah, so that's the that's why I say Judy's not. I mean, she's romantic too, but in a different way. So there you go. I feel like I have to defend a romanticism that we have.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole you go buy your own gift thing, that works.
Well,
Definitely.
let me tell you how romantic I am, Rob. Years with you, and this is our 2nd-year anniversary. I would have got you a card, but I don't. But I appreciate doing these episodes with you and podcasts and
I just went out and bought myself a gift and said it was from you.
see that I would respect that more. So, and Ilene, we want to thank you, Ilene LeBlanc, obviously for all you've done, and Tristan for all your work over this time, and Josh, who was with us before and not with us anymore, went on to different things. So we have a lot of help doing this, and kind of a lot of fun. It's a little break for us too. So appreciate everybody listening to the podcast, and we're looking forward to. We actually got some really cool shows lined up, and some really, really good people that we're interviewing and stuff. So we're excited about that. And that's it. Appreciate everybody listening, and please stay tuned for another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob.